Hey everybody, it's Dr. Heather here from Ask Dr. Heather. I am sitting outside. My boys are finishing up, my young men I should say, are finishing up their CrossFit. So hopefully you hear a little bit of bouncing of the weights in the back, but trying to keep the window down because it's a little bit hot in the car. So I wanted to pop on here. If you guys have been following the journey, you know that last week, whoops, radio went up. Last week, we really helped walk many of you through kind of a 7-day clean and eating, because I think I shared, I had hundreds and hundreds of messages, people saying, we don't want to do keto, we don't want to do low carb, we just want to identify what does clean eating mean? What does it mean just to eat food, feel full, feel satisfied, what's a portion serving? So I want to give a big shout out to many of you who messaged me, who followed along, who shared it, who said that was actually a great, not experiment, but experience for them, where they actually found they could be satisfied without having a piece of bread on their plate, or having a piece of corn on the cob, or having peas. Like, they were just so used to having sweet potatoes, corn, and a meat, they didn't even know what it was like to have greens and what greens, vegetables really meant. So I want to thank everybody who participated in our 7-day clean and eating. And then I was going to share a little bit about my day 2 of my Keto ReBoot. So I think I shared with most of you, I was going to do a 7-day kind of clean my diet up, eat in about an 8-hour window. It wasn't really mandatory to join our 7-day clean and eating. But what I was going to do was my intermittent fasting, which meant a time when I was eating and a time I wasn't eating. So I was going to eat my food, intermittent fasting, in about an 8-hour window. Just again, eating when I'm hungry, stopping when I'm full, getting plenty of water in, resetting my sleep. Because if you've ever been in the hospital, I know Shane Davidson, you can relate to this. I was in the hospital for 20 days in rehab, that they wake you up 24/7. You never get sleep. And it's not the ice machine, it's everybody coming in for, I don't know, to look and check your blood pressure for some reason. Anyway, you just don't get sleep. So having your sleep disrupted after 20-some days of being in the hospital can definitely do a lot to your brain and a lot to your cortisol, your hormones, getting everything re-regulated. So I was really ready to do this reboot, this fast, to join in. So this is my day 2. Wanted to let you know what I did on my day 2. So I woke up, I had my water, because everybody's like, what do you do? Then I had my Mitoplex. I wanted to have my electrolytes. Then I had an hour of PT, and then I had a 15-minute break, and then I had 30 minutes of OT. So I had a lot of PT and OT on Tuesday and Thursday, and then I came home and finished up. I'm having just a little bit more of my electrolytes and water, and then I'm going to have a little bit of bone broth when I get home. Again, I'm just waiting for my boys to finish up here their workout. And then I'm going to go to bed tonight on time. I'm going to shut everything down, and then tomorrow will be about my 60 hour. I'm really going to listen to my body. So when my body is hungry, I'm going to eat some greens. I've already got some celery juice made with a little bit of lemon and ginger. That's one of my favorite cocktails, because celery by itself is actually a great diuretic, but it's potassium sparing. It's great for your immune system. Then I'm going to put a little bit of ginger in there, which is great for your adrenal glands, and then a little bit of lemon. I did post some benefits of lemon. It's great for your immune system, especially this time of allergy season. It keeps your immune system really acidic, so viruses, bugs, mold, things in the air really can't actually grow in your body. So lemon juice, lemon peel are great this time of year to consume. But again, I'm just going to wait for that timer to go off, because I know at 72 hours that true autophagy, ketogenesis is happening, and get rid of all of those white blood cells that got all toxic when I was in the hospital. And so today I really hopefully crushed my workout. I got to get sweat in. Hopefully you guys can see I got on the assault bike and did some 30-second reps. I know this probably doesn't seem like a lot, but a lot for me. And then tomorrow I'm actually getting fitted for my prosthetic leg. I'm taking it home. I had 4 fittings last week, so hopefully my final fitting. And then we'll go back to doing 2 hours of PT and OT on Thursday. But I'm still going to be able to do what I'm normally doing. I'm getting my sleep re-regulated. Again, last week my goal was to get the sugars out, get the toxins out, not drink out of plastic, really go back and make sure I'm using natural deodorant, natural cleaners, nothing artificial, making sure, I know in the hospital I slept on lots of different sheets and plastic and things like that. I want to make sure I got everything kind of cleaned up at home and back on schedule for that 7 to 10 days last week. And then fast, it's really a normal part. Our bodies were designed for fasting. Our ancestors all went through that. They didn't have drive-thrus. They didn't have 24 hours grocery stores that you could just go get your Halo ice cream or your Ben & Jerry's or whatever it is that you wanted. You actually had to wait for that to happen. And then, if you didn't get enough squirrels for dinner, you just didn't get to overeat and have a second serving 30 minutes later. Or if you grew up in Kansas, you only had blueberries 3 weeks of the year. How do I know that? My dad was a farmer, my uncle was a farmer. So knowing that we are now in a society where we're actually overeating several hours of the day, and talking about that, you can hear hopefully in the background, I'm at 913 CrossFit, so big shout out. I got 3 of my sons here working out, so it brings a big smile to my face. I might pop in there in a minute. I would have normally gone in there and done a modified adaptive workout with them, but since they already had PT and OT, I'm gonna just work on some of my meditation and journaling while they're out there working out. It's very therapeutic for me to be here and listen to them work out and do my gratitude attitude journal. So somebody said, why are you sitting in the car? I'm like, I can't watch them or cheer for them anymore. They're not playing one of the sports, but I can definitely enjoy listening to them and seeing them in the window working out. So I'm being kind of a stalker mom, but I just love watching my kids work out together and be together no matter what it is that they're doing. So shout out, second day again of my kind of fast, just resetting my body. I actually feel super good. I know my ketone levels are there because I'm talking fast, I'm sweating a little bit. My heart rate is actually back down to a normal rate. It was actually pretty elevated after Friday's prosthetic fitting. But I want to know, I know there's a lot of people on here also doing this journey with me, because I actually do what I get asked to do. So somebody said, please help us walk through a clean and eating. Please talk about what it means to eat organic, what it means to eat, you know, non-processed foods, because honestly, 3 ounces of organic meat is much higher, almost 70% higher in like amino acids than eating 4 to 6 ounces of a non-organic, non-locally grown food. So it's not always about quantity, it is about quality. We start talking about greens and meats and healthy fats, which we'll do tomorrow when we get back to eating. We'll talk a lot about that and really measuring out what's the right portion for me, because we all know our stomach is about the size of our fist, but we also know that we can actually expand our stomach out. So when you eat half a pizza or half a slab of ribs, or you eat, I don't know, cheeseburger, supersized fries and all the other kind of stuff, our stomach can continue to stretch out and stretch out. That's why there's so many people who fight the hunger monster, because they never feel full. Either they're not eating fats or eating too many carbohydrates, or their stomach so stretched out from drinking volumes of sugary stuff or overeating, supersizing, that they honestly can't figure out, because it takes 20 minutes for your stomach to tell your brain that you're full. People can put a lot of fries away in 20 minutes, or a lot of chips and guacamole or chips and salsa away in 20 minutes before your brain even says, oh, I'm full. That's generally what happens when you're eating at a restaurant that brings all you can eat kind of fries and things like that. So with that being said, if you think about a nice restaurant, they bring the salad out first. That's because salad is real whole food. They're actually live enzymes to help your body digest food. So I always encourage eating at least 50% raw, 50% steamed or broiled or grilled, whatever you prefer. Just get the veggies in. So that's about all I have to say for you guys. I don't see a lot of questions going on. If you are out there participating in this 60-hour kind of keto reset, refast boost, let me know. Shane, great to see you on here. Shane, I'm going to tell you, I'm still trying to get my sleep adjusted. It has been 41 days today since I had my amputation, but I was in the hospital until the 20th, so I don't even know what that makes, how many days I've been out trying to get my brain recircled back on there, and I didn't even watch any TV any of those 20 days. So yes, it takes your brain. I think it's 2 days for every 1 day that you're actually off sleep cycle. So my heart really goes out to anybody who works a nighttime shift, whether it's grocery store, hospitals, police officers. We definitely appreciate you, but it can be so hard to regulate that rhythm, that hormone rhythm of cortisol and insulin, things like that. And with that being said, I do want to let you know, I got a lot of questions about people wanting to talk about hormones, xenohormones, where are we finding all these xenohormones and stuff. I did replay one of Dr. Nally's really amazing talks about xenohormones, about proper regulation, because it is super vogue these days for people to get testosterone pellets implanted into your bottom, or people doing synthetic hormones because their hormones are off instead of fixing where the imbalance is, which could be in the pituitary, it could be in the liver, it could be in the thyroid, so many different places, or actually they're using creams and lotions that are overstimulating the hormone system. Anyway, I did replay his, I think it was through a Watch TV or one of those watch shows. It was really, really good. Hopefully you guys got to watch that. If not, I will actually send you that replay if you want to know about that. But would love to know where you're coming from. If you're participating in this 60-hour keto reboot, want to absolutely know that. And then again, what is our next big topic? Somebody told me, they asked me, said, can we do a 30-day clean and green and then getting into ketosis? So I do have a 10-day keto kickstart group where it's more of a boot camp. We, just like CrossFit, it's a boot camp. We lower those carbs right down to 25 total, not net, but total, because you know people's guts are kind of a mess. So we have a a 10-day keto kickstart program. It starts March 23rd. We actually kick this off twice a month, just depending on where our reboot is and kind of where holidays are and stuff, and kind of when people's schedules are. So we're getting ready to kick that off again on the 23rd. And again, we lower those carbs right back down. We take away all the dairy, so we make it pretty autoimmune keto friendly. So that means no peanuts. We're not going to do any snacking. We're not going to make any keto bread. No keto donuts. We're not going to make fat bombs. We're simply going to eat food that is a proper nutrients or proper ratios. We're not going to make any concoctions, amazing casseroles. You know, I love Maria. You don't have to bring Maria Emmerich to participate in this. It's going to get a rotisserie chicken, have 3 or 4 ounces of meat, and have some broccoli, and then have potato, or maybe grab a couple ribs with no sauce and get some coleslaw, or have some tuna salad with cucumbers on the side. It's going to be that super simple. So if you want to know more about our 10-day keto kickstart on the 23rd, let me know. Drop it down below. Otherwise, thank you guys for joining in and listening. I'm going to go in there and take a quick peek at my kiddos and see what's happening in there for you. Thank you guys for joining me. This is Dr. Heather from Ask Dr. Heather saying have an amazing day. If you are ready to kickstart your day in the right way, you can go to AskDrHeather.net and you can download your guide for free to start your day in the right way. Have a blessed day, guys. We'll see you soon.